Okay, we are going to look at one quick example of finding the mean absolute deviation. We're going to find the mean absolute deviation of the numbers set 1, 3, 3, 5, 11, and 7. Okay. There are 3 steps to mean absolute deviation. The first step requires that we find the mean. The mean just means average. That's where you add up all the numbers and then divide by how many you have. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So we're going to end up dividing by 6 to get what we're dividing by. To get what we should divide by 6, we're going to add all these numbers. 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 11 plus 7. Take a minute and see if you can add those up real quick. 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 11 plus 7 is 30. 30 over 6 is 30 divided by 6, which is 5. That means the mean, or the average, of 1, 3, 3, 5, 11, 7 is 5. After you find the mean, then you need to find the differences. That means we're going to find the differences, or subtraction, between the original numbers and the mean. The original numbers are 1, 3, 3, 5, 11, and 7. The mean was 5. I want to know what the difference between those two things are. The difference between 1 and 5 is 4. The difference between 3 and 5 is 2. Just get a little organized. The difference between 3 and 5 again is 2. The difference between 5 and 5 is 0. The difference between 11 and 5 is 6. The difference between 7 and 5 is 2. If you're not sure how I'm getting this, difference means subtract. But you want to subtract in a way that you get a positive answer. So here we looked at 7 minus 5 and got a positive 2. But our first subtraction problem, we didn't look at 1 minus 5 to get positive 4. We did 5 minus 1 to get positive 4. To find a difference, you want to subtract in a way that you get a positive answer. The third step is where we actually find our mean absolute deviation. It's where we take the average, or we find the average of the differences. Okay. So average means we're going to add and then divide again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 differences. We get their total from adding by looking at 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0 plus 6 plus 2. When you add up 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0 plus 6 plus 2, you get 16. And I've got 16 over 6. That's the same as 16 divided by 6. And that gives us about 2.67 if we're rounding to the hundredths place. First, we found the average. Then we subtracted every original number from the mean in a way that we got a positive number. That gave us our differences. In the actual mean absolute deviation, the goal of what we're finding is to find the average of the differences. So we added all the differences up and divided by how many there are, meaning the mean absolute deviation of 1, 3, 3, 5, 11, and 7 is about 2.67.